What's up, people? Welcome to my channel Behind the Shades. By now, I'm sure you've all seen the enigma that is Tiger King. I mean, there was no shortage of mystery, madness, or mayhem with this docuseries, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who was left bewildered and wanted answers to tons of questions. So grab a glass and park that ass, and let's chat about the top 5 questions that I need answers to. Number 5. Should Joe Exotic be in jail right now? No matter what, right is right and wrong is wrong. The issue I have is when the so-called servers of justice pick, choose, and refuse who the laws apply to, how to apply them, or why they should apply. All that I learned about Joe Exotic through these episodes was that he was starving for fame. He was doing a whole lot to fill a gap in his heart due to his father disowning him and his brother's passing. And he was all bark with absolutely no bite. There was a whole lot of hoopla for the cameras, but what else did he really do? I am no psychologist, but you don't need to be one to see the signs that Joe was screaming for attention. Now, I won't dispute the fact that he was foolish enough to make all these threats on camera, which is beyond dumb. But he definitely had encouragement, assistance if you will, with the execution of this murder for hire plot. He had years to do it and never did. So magically when Jeff Lowe shows up, he has it all figured out? Nope, sorry, not buying it. I can't defend him on the sale of the tigers, he definitely did that. As far as the shooting of the 5 tigers, I'm almost certain that his motivation was that these cats were suffering or possibly snapped at someone. So unless he has Dr. Doolittle on speed dial, I mean, I get it. I'm not saying it's right, but judging by the way he was trying to save money on expenses, I'm feeling like professionally having them put to sleep wasn't a feasible option. Also, it seemed to be a practice that most of the facility owners were guilty of. So, should they not be in jail as well? Number 4. Why are these animals not returned to their natural habitats? From what I gathered through watching this series, it is believed that these big cats are unable to survive in their natural habitats because they've been raised in a caged environment surrounded by humans. However, I saw a few instances that clearly show their natural instinct to hunt was alive and well, primarily when Saf had her arm bitten off. You can take an animal out of the wild, but you cannot take the wild out of the animal. It seems to me that these facility owners are so jaded by the fact that they love, feed, and house these animals that they forget these are not humans, who at times also bite the hand that feeds them. No pun intended. What I think would be great to consider is to have them reintroduced to the wild once they've aged sufficiently or have been bred. Since they care so much about endangered species, why not give them a fighting chance? Maybe all these great minds can get together and come up with an effective way to transition the cats from the cage back to the wild. Number 3. Why are people against the breeding of any big cat? Other than for the sole purpose of financial gain, why wouldn't you want an animal that is on the brink of extinction to reproduce? If the concern of them being sold to a private owner is such an issue, why not create a facility or controlled environment where the breeding can take place? Why push restriction and encourage extinction? There is always a positive alternative. Then again, maybe there is some sick, twisted animal population control initiative out there that I'm not aware of. Number 2, when will the workers be adequately compensated and housed? Oh my gosh. Man, the conditions that these employees had to work and live in were unfreaking believable. I mean, damn, it was absurd. I just can't fathom how an employer can be okay with their employees working in such a way that they themselves would not even consider. Carol has volunteers that work up to 72 hours per week. So when would you have time for a real job that pays you so you can survive? Doc's girlfriends each have their own house, yet the other staff earn $100 per week, live in rundown stables, and eat roach infested sandwiches. Then there's Joe, whose staff make about 150 per week, or 138.26 to be exact, according to Eric Cowie. They live in rat infested trailers without working electricity or plumbing, and the bonus is that they get first dibs on expired meats from grocery stores. WTF. The animals at least have PETA, but where are the people that fight for the rights of these workers? They are being treated so inhumanely. The one positive I took from it was that it could be a great point of transition for parolees or ex-convicts, as it appeared to be sufficient for those who work for Joe, even though his ulterior motives overshadowed the good he appeared to be doing. Number 1. Will there be a legitimate investigation conducted on the disappearance of Don Lewis? It was made painfully obvious, primarily in the third episode, that there were crystal clear inconsistencies and red flags raised with Don going missing. His ex-wife, kids, attorney, and employees described him as a certain type of guy. Then Carol comes along and gives a totally different account of him. Events took place that were extreme conflicts of interest, such as rewriting his documents, naming herself as power of attorney upon his disappearance. As soon as he mentioned divorce, he disappeared. He was denied requested restraining orders even after she took his gun and threatened to kill him. Carol's brother was the sheriff's deputy. Her dad hated Don. Properties, assets, and money were taken out of Don's name and put into Carol's name. It's also quite odd that if you go missing, your will doesn't hold any validity for 5 years, and she had him declared dead 5 years and 1 day after his disappearance. Another notable point is the video of her saying that the ownership of property and money comes from doing things in a certain way. Those who do things a certain way, whether on purpose or accidentally, get rich. In my opinion, she implicates herself time and time again. I will not accuse Carol of murder because I was not there, but I'm convinced that she knows far more than she lets on. She is remarkably ambitious, calculating, relentless, and cold, attributes that are notoriously negative. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I'll catch you in the next video.